19, I have 20. And my role is to lead, to guide, to make the final decisions. So that is the difference. If we can understand this relationship of husband and wife, that instead of understanding one is boss and the other one is kind of subservient servant and slave, then this issue of obedience and compliance will be little bit easy to understand and easy to swallow. You understood my point, what I was trying to make? That it makes a huge difference. Husband has authority. In some cultures, like it was, woman is like a shoe. कहा जाता था in certain cultures. Shoe, juti, पाँव की juti. You can just throw one and buy another one. That comes from nowhere. She is not the shoe. She is not even your cap or nothing. She is your partner. She is equal partner. This is a business, this is a foundation, this is a company, and you are equal partners. And if you are cabinet member as a prime minister, she is also a minister. So you are partners and equal partners. But you are given the task. You have some chip here on your shoulder, which Allah gave you, that in team and 11 people are playing, so one person should have that distinguished chip here to make those final decisions assigned. You stand here, you go forward, you remain behind. So there is a nazm, there is order, there is a discipline. That is the only difference between this. So one person has to be in charge, one person has to be responsible at the end of the day. But it doesn't make them superior and what you call inferior, and making the difference of like a hakim and mahkum, and a difference of like a boss and a somebody like subservient. That issue needs to be clarified, because in our Desi cultures and in many other cultures, people think that ita'at, it is ita'at of like a ghulam to Aqa or to Mawla. That is not ita'at. And this concept of majazi khuda also is not written anywhere. That is also something which came from nowhere, came from any other religion, but it is not part of Islam. That husband is a majazi khuda. Majazi khuda, a figurative god.
और सरताज.
हाँ, सरताज तो खैर ताज ही कोई नहीं है तो सरताज कौन होगा. लेकिन ये है कि this majazi khuda business also just came from nowhere, and now he is majazi khuda. No, khuda is only one, and there is no other khuda. So that issue is clear. The other thing, so that is the first right of husband, that since he is captain, he is the prime minister if this is a cabinet, he is the president if this is a foundation. So he has a responsibility of leading, guiding, and heading this foundation or this company. And of course he will bring his wife on board. The best way of the running the life is consultation, putting the other party in loop. وَأَمْرُهُمْ شُورَى بَيْنَهُمْ وَشَاوِرْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ. When Islam encourages that much on consultations about other issues outside home, so why it doesn't, do you think that it doesn't encourage that shura and mashwarat at home? Home is the foundation for outside society. So it is a family where things are discussed on dining table, on conference in table. They discuss the issues. He educates his team. He puts other people in loop, builds the consensus, and then make the decision. But of course he has the power to, at the end of the day, to make the decision. And when he makes the decision, then respectfully, of course, he is going to ask his wife and his family to follow him, and they will follow him, and he has right upon them that they should comply with him. Now, there are exceptions. If he asks something which is haram, it is not, for example, halal, it is not permissible religiously, they have no duty to follow him. If he asks them something illegal, again, they have no responsibility to comply with him because it is illegal. And if it is not haram and if it is not illegal, it is something that which they have different opinion or they think it is terribly wrong or whatever, then it is their duty to talk, to make their point, conversation, and those kind of things. But everything has to be done decently, in civil manner, in civil kind of situation. But at the end of the day, as we said, he has the right. Second thing is that wife has a duty to maintain the affairs at home, the family issues and the what you call the issues at home or residence in a best possible manner, that because it is a team. He is working outside. He goes early in the morning, comes back in the evening. He brings the bread and butter. He takes care of those jobs outside home. And so at home, wife, while she is at home, so she should take care of those things, whatever are the what you call the tasks at home. जी
खाना वार पकाना ये इस्लाम के अंदर बीवी की जिम्मेदारी है या कहते हैं कि नहीं?
आप अंग्रेजी में बात करें तो अच्छा, क्योंकि कुछ लोग उर्दू नहीं समझते.
Is it the responsibility of the wife to prepare the food for husband and children, or the husband has to provide a cook?
You see, the thing is, it depends on the financial situation of both individuals. Some of our ulama and zakireen, they have made it like oversimplified. It is just they went as a lawyer, just looked at from the legal perspective. And you know that you cannot live your life only as attorneys and only on those legal basis. It is a family. Family, as we said, we first mentioned those 6 things as a foundation, yarhamukumullah, and as a base. Family will only live happily if there is a spirit of serving each other, helping each other, and giving favor to one another, and kind of taking lead on each other, for example, in pleasing one another and helping one another and serving one another. If they don't have that spirit of love and service and making life comfortable for one another, and if they wanted to only say this is my package of rights and this is your package of responsibilities and provide me all this, these are my rights, they won't live as husband wife for a longer amount of time. Because again, he can always come back and he says, legally I am bound to provide you maybe 2 slices of bread, and maybe I can afford only this kind of cheese and that kind of peppers and that kind of once a month chicken and this and that, so it makes $50 grocery, so this is your $50 grocery. You make for yourself, I make for myself. And if you want me, yeah, I can make sandwich for you and you eat, because I can afford only that much. So on legal basis, it will become very difficult for them to live like that. When Prophet married his daughter, Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha, next day he comes to visit them. And so both of them, they came and they sat in front of him. And Rasulullah asked both of them that, how did you like your spouse? Ali, are you happy with your spouse? Fatima, are you happy with Ali? Both of them, they said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. Alhamdulillah. Then Prophet said that, let me help you to organize the life and its tasks and it will help you to live kind of coordinated and organized life. And then Prophet looked at Imam Ali and he said, Ya Ali, you are a man. I will give you the duties and tasks of outside of home. You go out and earn, work, and bring the supplies, the food, the fuel, because they were used to, they didn't have this natural gas at that time or the electricity, so the fuel for the kitchen and those kind of things. So Imam Prophet said, Ya Ali, you take care of that. Then he looked at Hazrat Fatima and he said, you are at home, so when Ali brings that, so you make sure that you clean the home, prepare the home, and cook what Ali brings, the food, and then this is how you need to work together. Then, of course, he had taught them, and this is what we have seen. Wherever Ali needed Fatima's help outside, Fatima would go out of way to help Imam Ali, because now she knows that he needs my help. And she did some of those out of home tasks also. And we see Imam Ali also working at home, helping the wife, cleaning, cooking, and helping with the children, and with vacuuming the home and cleaning, those kind of things also. It time to time or many times we saw Imam Ali also doing these kind of things, helping Fatima when he realized she has those little kids, Hassan, and then right after Hassan is Hussein, and then right after Hussein is Zainab, and right after that is Kulsum, and these are all 4 little children, and she can do only so much. So Ali worked at home. Fatima went out to help Ali. But when they saw that they need that kind of help,